Welcome back, students. In this video, we are going to discuss the topic clauses. There are basically two types of clauses. First one is main clause and second one is subordinate clause. See, this main clause is also called as principal clause and this subordinate clause is called as dependent clause. So students, in this video we are going to learn how to separate main clause from the subordinate clause or subordinate clause from the main clause. Let's see. There are total 9 WH words in English. WH words means the words which we use for framing questions like what, when, how, where. Okay. So the part of the sentence which begins with these 9 WH words is called as subordinate clause, as well as subordinating conjunction that is there. Students, if we see the list of subordinating conjunctions, it is bigger. Many words are there. But for the time being, you are going to keep in your mind total 10 words. 9 WH words and 1 that. Total 10 words you are going to keep in your mind. The part of the sentence which will begin with these 10 words is called as subordinate clause. Now students, see, for framing the clause we need basically 3 things: subject, verb and object. But every sentence will not carry these 3 things. So if you have subject and verb in your sentence, you can call that sentence as main clause. Okay. The way we need these 3 things for framing main clause, in the same way for framing subordinate clause also we need all these 3 things. But as I told you, every sentence will not carry these 3 things. This subject and verb is sufficient for framing clause, whether it is main clause or subordinate clause. Here, one more thing I would like to tell you. Some type of sentences are there where generally subjects are missing. For example, imperative sentence. In imperative sentences, subjects are not mentioned. For example, bring water, close the door. This is sentence, but subject is not mentioned over here. In the same way, students, I told you we need at least 2 things: subject and verb. But if the given sentence is imperative, verb is enough or verb is sufficient for framing the clause, whether that is main clause or subordinate clause. Did you understand? Generally, for framing main or subordinate clause, we need 3 elements: subject, verb, object. But if you don't find object in the sentence, no problem. A clause can be framed with the help of subject and verb. And if the given sentence is imperative, you can frame your clause only with the helping of verb. But keep one thing in your mind: without verb, a clause cannot be framed. So did you understand? Now we will see how to separate subordinate clause from the main clause. Students, I told you about 9 WH words. Okay. So I have written sentences over here. We will see the WH word along with subordinating conjunction that. See the sentence? He said that she was innocent. हमारी जो लिस्ट है 9 WH words और 1 that, उसमें से कौन सा वर्ड है इस सेंटेंस में? that. So right from that is going to be subordinate clause and the rest of the part is main clause. Students, once you separate your main clause and subordinate clause, you have to check whether your main and subordinate clause has these three elements. So let's see. He is subject and said is verb. I told you every sentence will not have these three things. So if you get subject and verb, that is sufficient. So this is our main clause. Now that she was innocent. So she is subject and was is a kind of helping verb. So we got our subject and verb. It means our clauses are framed. So this is our main clause and this is our subordinate clause. Dear students, here one more thing you have to keep in your mind. What is that? Generally you people feel that the main clause will always come in the beginning and subordinate clause will always come at the end of the sentence. But things are not like this. Here we have seen that our main clause came first and subordinate clause came at the end. Now see this sentence. Okay, this is the book which I wanted. Now what is the WH word over here? Which. So right from this is going to be our subordinate clause and this is the book is our main clause. Here you are supposed to check subject and verb. So this is subject and is a kind of helping verb. I is subject and wanted is verb. We have got our subject and verb. It means our clauses, our separation is correct. Now see this sentence. What she said was not understood by me. Dear students, in this sentence also our main clause came first and our subordinate clause came at the end. It doesn't mean that every time main clause will come in the beginning and subordinate clause will come at the end. Focus on this sentence. What is the WH word over here? The word what. So, if I take my subordinate clause right from what is the main clause? So, अगर आपका WH word सामने है, in that situation you have to find out second subject in the sentence. Did you get it? अगर WH word सामने आता है तो to get your main clause you are supposed to find second subject in the sentence. I am saying second subject, not first. Second subject. Okay, see. Subject can be what? Noun or pronoun. So she is the first subject. Now we will see second noun or pronoun in the sentence. Said, the word said is there. It cannot be the subject, it's verb. Even was is verb. Even not understood, this is also verb. And by me cannot be the subject. It means the sentence does not have second subject. So if you don't find second subject, in that situation you have to move towards the second verb, not the first, second verb. Now see, was is the first verb. What she said was not understood by me. This is our sentence. Now we will move towards the second verb of the subject. So said is the first verb and what is the second verb? This phrase was not understood. It means if you don't find subject, you have to move towards the verb and right from that second verb will be your main clause. This part of the sentence will be subordinate clause. Why this part of the sentence is subordinate clause? Because we are able to see WH word in this part. And the part of the sentence which carries WH word is called as subordinate clause. That is why this is our subordinate clause and this is our main clause. And students, I made you clear that what is necessary for framing any clause, whether main or subordinate, it is verb and not subject. And we have our subject, verb over here, was not understood. So this is our main clause. Did you understand? One thing is clear over here, that every time main clause will not come in the beginning. It can come even at the end of the sentence. Now see the sentence. When he came, all stood up. Now focus this sentence. What is the WH word? When. So right from when is going to be our subordinate clause. And if our subordinating conjunction comes first, we are supposed to find out the second subject. So he is the first subject and pronoun all is the second subject. So from here our main clause will be there. All stood up. This is our main clause, and when he came, this is our subordinate clause. Now we will check whether subject and verb came. He is subject, came is verb, all is subject, and stood up is the verb phrase. It means our separation is right. Now see the sentence. Dear students, in these sentences, in the first sentences, we saw that main clause came in the beginning. In these two sentences, we have seen that main clause came at the end of the sentence. And now there is third situation where half part of the main clause will come in the beginning of the sentence and the half part will come at the end of the sentence. See, the boy who came late was punished. What is the WH word over here? Who. So right from who is going to be our main clause. We have to consider this. Now the phrase the boy is left. I told you the compulsory element for framing the clause is what? Verb. The boy. If we take this as main clause, what is the verb over here? Do we have any verb? No. It means we cannot call this part of the sentence as main clause. So we will find our verb in this part of the sentence. So dear students, here also you have to take the second verb in the sentence. So let's find the words which are verb in the sentence. The word came is verb. Okay, but this is our first verb and we need second. So the word was is a kind of helping verb and punished is a kind of main verb. So we will separate the clause from here. And now what is our main clause? The boy was punished. This is our main clause. And who came late? This is our subordinate clause. Did you understand? And students, see. In this sentence, your half of the main clause came in the beginning and half of the main clause came at the end. Now, see the sentence. The place where accident took place is banned now. Now, in this sentence, what is the WH word? Where. So, right from where is going to be our subordinate clause. Now, see the main clause. What is that? The place. Do we have verb over here in the phrase the place? No. It means this cannot be the main clause. And to get the verb, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to take the second verb in the sentence. So let's find out verbs in the sentence. The word accident cannot be called as verb. Took is the verb, but that is the first verb and we can't take first verb. Then can we call the word place as verb? No. Then can we call the word is as verb? Yes. So what is our main clause? The place is banned now. This is our main clause. And what is the subordinate clause? Where accident took place. Now students, we have studied three situations in which the main clause came first. In the second situation, main clause came at the end of the sentence, and in the third situation, main clause came half in the beginning and half at the end. And now students, see the sentence. Delhi, which is the capital of India, is a big city. What is the WH word over here? Which. So right from which is going to be the subordinate clause. Now the word Delhi is left. Do we have verb in this word? No. So we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to move towards the second subject. This is the first subject and this is the second subject. So, second verb. So what is our main clause? Delhi is a big city because this is the second verb. This is the first verb. Now students, for this sentence, you will answer in comment box. But before that, let me tell you one thing. In this video, we studied two types of clauses, main clause and subordinate clause. In the next video, we will see how the subordinate clause is further divided. Subordinate clause gets further divided into three types: noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. That we will see in the next video. Till then, thank you.